What's shaking, everybody? This is Vinylocity, and I'm here with the album review of the new Sia album, This Is Acting. This Is Acting is the seventh album from pop singer songwriter Sia. This is the follow up to her massively successful 1000 Forms of Fear album. This album has a unique concept. 11 of the 12 songs on the album were originally written for either Adele or Rihanna. She says she named it This Is Acting because she was imagining singing these songs like the people she wrote them for. The album leads off with the song Bird Set Free, the strongest song on the album. Originally wrote for Adele, who actually recorded a version of this song but decided to let Sia keep it. This song sees Sia belt out this song with all she has in her, and there's a beautiful piano that crawls throughout the track. The second song on the album is called Alive, and it was co-written by Adele and indie singer-songwriter Tobias Jesso Jr. Sia has trouble reaching Adele's range with her voice breaking on the chorus repeatedly, and this was the first single. I'm not big on this song at all. Next is the song 1,000,000 Bullets, which is the only song not written for another artist on the album, and you can tell. Sia sounds really comfortable, and she's not trying to sing out of her range, which eventually becomes a recurring theme throughout the album. Though there are some strange ad libs throughout. The next track is called Move Your Body. I really like the drum sound on this track. It's a different type of synth sound than what's used on most pop songs. The next song is Unstoppable, and it's not very memorable, and it just sounds like your standard run-in-the-mill pop song. The next song, Cheap Thrills, suffers from the same thing. It's not very imaginative, it's forgetful. Now, the next track on here is was co-written with everybody's favorite egomaniac, Kanye West, and it's called Reaper. And it was originally intended for Rihanna, and you can tell. Sia's always had a similar voice to her, and sometimes it's hard to differentiate between the two on the radio. Toward the end, we hear Sia singing completely different from Rihanna, and that's when the song picks up. Plus, there's a really cool organ in the background, which is unique for pop nowadays. Next is the song House on Fire. It's lighthearted, tad generic, but it's harmless. The next track is called Footprints. This track has some nice synth strings with it, but the song sounds a lot like a pale imitation of Taylor Swift, has definite hints of her hit song Blank Space, especially in the chord progression. Sweet Design is the next song. It's the most interesting track on the album, with some interesting bombastic samples in the background. Sounds very 90s pop to me, with a touch of early hip hop in the beat. She has a lot of Megan Trainor in her voice as well. Next is the song Broken Glass. It's got a non memorable beat. It's like the producer didn't even try to be interesting and wanted to be as generic and formulaic as possible. There's even the obligatory build up synth riff in there. Sia sings with such passion, but it's hard to pay attention with such a cold, uninteresting beat in the background. And finally, it ends with the song Space Between. Once again, a terrible beat and just an unemotional mess. The conviction seems to be stripped away on this final track. The high notes are there, but the belief in this song is not. Altogether, this adds up to a huge mess of an album. As far as pop albums go, it's good compared to 99% of pop music. Unfortunately for Sia, we live in a post-1989 world, and every pop album will be in its shadow until someone's ready to take the throne from Taylor Swift. Okay stuff here. If you want standard pop fare with a touch of originality, this is for you. I give it 2 out of 5. Until next time.